Some people move on, but not us. Not us.
Why would you do that?
We're in the endgame now.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Avengers Endgame. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications on to never miss any videos. So we are currently doing a ticket giveaway for the Captain Marvel movie, which comes out in less than a month now. All you got to do is follow me on Instagram at Warstu and let me know you have done so by DMing me or commenting on my latest video. So the most common idea for the Avengers Endgame movie is that it's going to be a very simple movie about the Avengers going back in time via the quantum realm and just going back in time to steal the Infinity Stones. But guys, let's be honest, it's not going to be that basic, is it? Is it really? It can't be. So post all your theories down below of how they are going to take out Thanos. Can you really see the final movie in phase 3, the 10-year massive build up to such a basic storyline? Well, according to the screenwriter Stephen McFeel, he said this: fans basically have no basic premise, they have no clue what will unfold in Avengers 4. We know pretty much what's going on in Avengers 3. You've been told who the bad guy is and what he wants for several movies, and it's not going to change. That's what's going to happen. You run into the best possible way with twists all along the way, but you have no idea what Avengers 4 is. Nobody knows, and that's what makes this particularly exciting. I look all the time on the internet. People have no idea. Avengers 4 resolves the intrigue of Infinity War. The movies are clearly linked, but they are almost seem to belong to a different movie genres. We do not want to cut a film in half and say, pay now, come back later for the rest. They are two very stories on a tonal and structural level. Christopher Marcus made this analogy when asked about how different the two movies will be. It doesn't feel like you hit pause and then unpause. It is two different movies. Here's what my boy Joe Russo also had to say. We look at it this way. You look at writers in comic books. People pick up different runs. They go with it. If they are things from mythology, they are inspired by, or you find relevancy in, you go with it. If they are things in mythology that you want to see differently, then you explore ways to execute it differently. So here's what's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen like this. Tony Stark will replicate the Infinity Stones to later create his own Infinity Gauntlet suit. That's been highly rumored. This is not going to be a basic snatch and grab of the stones. Thanos is very, very, very clever. He will see this a mile off. So yes, the Infinity Gauntlet that he does have is damaged. But do you really think if this is a snatch and grab that he's not going to notice the stones disappearing if the Avengers go back in time via the quantum realm and just get to the stones before he did? So the Avengers will have to surprise Thanos. And one way they could surprise him is a way that we're going to break down on the channel right now. Make sure to subscribe and leave your comments down below. So Howard Stark has been a massive part of Tony Stark's development. Really? Yeah. Even though Howard Stark didn't really play much of a part in his development as a person, as a character, as a human being, he will. Howard Stark knew the elements existed and the properties it had, but was never able to replicate it. New elements aren't really a mystery anymore. You can just increase the number of subatomic particles and a new element will be created. So why was Howard Stark so obsessed with this theoretical element? He's a smart scientist. He would know that when you create a new element, it'd be just unstable and break apart in less than a second, unless he's seen he probably figured out the atomic structure for it, but was unable to replicate it because he lacked the technology. For someone who was never able to create the element, he sure put in a lot of faith into the element being able to complete and change the world. I mean, he constructed the entire Stark enterprise in dedication to this element. We've seen how in Black Panther you can essentially turn Vibranium into nanobots to instantly build a suit around yourself. Many people think that Tony will get his bleeding edge armor from Wakanda, but we've already seen a prototype of his bleeding edge armor when he made his watch materialize into a glove while fighting the Winter Soldier in Civil War. He's able to have this technology because vibranium power of his suit. The arc reactor completely negates the effects of the Mind Stone. When Loki touched Tony's chest, the Mind Stone didn't work at all. I know this just seems like comic relief, but we know that other substances don't block the Mind Stone powers, since Loki could still touch people who are wearing armor to mind control them. Vibranium is the only material seen to withstand even the power of the Infinity Stones. Do you get where I'm going? In Captain America, it negates the Tesseract power, Hydra weapons, and it could even shrug off a blow from Thor's hammer. Vibranium is so OP. Thor manages to supercharge the arc reactor in Avengers. Normally, batteries can't just magically hold 4,000 power capacity. The only element we've seen that can convert being struck into energy is vibranium, as we've seen during Black Panther. Stark is able to absorb Thor's lightning and redirect it right back at him. So I believe the arc reactor is a small amount of vibranium, or is sort of synthesizing vibranium that Howard Stark got the idea for when he was experimenting with the small amount of vibranium he had. Remember who made Captain America's shield? So Howard, Tony, you're too young to understand. So I'll put this video on. This is the key to the future, pointing to the Stark Expo model. So I played a clip at the start of the video, but I had to turn the sound down because it got a copy claim. We know Howard Stark worked on the super serum for Captain America. What other super serum have we seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? The heart-shaped herb that grows vibranium-rich soil. It has the exact same properties as Captain America serum. Increased speed, strength, reaction time. Howard Stark probably used vibranium in the serum, and this is why no one else has successfully been able to replicate it, since Stark was the only one who had access to it. Vision, I think if it were to expose a significant powerful energy source, something very similar to its own signature, perhaps its molecule integrity would fall. Shuri has the data that he's talking about. Obviously, because Shuri scanned Vision. She had enough time to back up Vision's memory. So in theory, they know how the Infinity Stones work from a very high level to a molecule structure level. So if they can recreate all the Infinity Stones, then Tony Stark can create his own Infinity Stone Gauntlet suit or something like the Thor Buster. So in theory, everyone has got this common perception that they know exactly what's going to come in the movie. I mean, I had in live stream today people telling me they actually watched the movie, but they're under an NDA, so they couldn't tell me anything. But we know the testing is in-house Disney testing with the employees. So there is a lot of fake leaks going around saying that the Avengers go back to Xandar before the Power Stone was taken. But I believe there's a little bit of kind of relevancy to all these kind of plot leaks. I do believe the Quantum Realm suits are going to play a major part, because obviously the wristbands we see in the BTS behind the scenes images back from when they were filming Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame back to back, they had some kind of wrist device, which if you read the comics, it's essentially a nano band, which could be called a quad band. So if you want to know, look it up. But essentially what's going to happen is from this wristband, it's going to form the white suits they have. So essentially, yes, I believe they will go back to each setting before the Infinity Stone was actually taken in each part of the movie. So Tony or someone like that can actually get all the data they need so they can replicate the powers of the Infinity Stones in order to create their own Infinity Stones and create their own Gauntlet. Now, I know what some people are going to say, but this can't be done because someone has to be sacrificed in order to get the Soul Stone. Well, realistically, they don't need to have the Soul Stone. They just need to be able to see the Soul Stone and replicate it. So yes, there are a few plot holes in this theory, but it makes a lot more sense than thinking this is the Back to the Future Star Trek based movie when they're just going to go back in time and steal the stones. Like I said, Thanos is so clever, and a lot of people are underestimating how powerful and how clever he is. Even when Thanos hasn't got the Infinity Stones, when he had a fight with Hulk, he absolutely pounded Hulk without even trying. The stones weren't engaged, no lights were on. Yes, I know he did beat Thor up quite easily, but obviously Thor the Stormbreaker overpowered him. And also, another factor is I don't even think Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet will work again, because the Russo bros said, but does it matter what the Russo bros said? No, because the Russo bros are misleading you, misdirecting you left, right, and center. But something they said is Thanos will be permanently, psychologically, and physiologically damaged. So will the stones work? The Gauntlet looks pretty smashed up. But like I said, guys, this is just a theory based on Iron Man 2 when Tony Stark created a new element. So in theory, he knows everything he needs to know about the Infinity Stones. He knows about the molecule structure, and all he has to do is either synthesize or replicate. And with his mind and with Shuri's technology in Wakanda and her intelligence, and also if we bring Professor Hulk and Bruce Banner into the equation, I'm pretty sure they can synthesize and replicate all the stones. Yes, the Soul Stone is a hard one to get because obviously you would have to sacrifice someone in this said scenario, Captain America, in order for this to actually work. So the Soul Stone is literally the plot hole. But guys, what I want you to do is go down in the comment section, debunk this. Do you think this is possible? Because I am not going to walk into this cinema for my screener whenever I get it and think, yeah, this is going to be a snatch and grab. Because can a movie really be 3 hours long? Can it really be a 3 hour long movie if it is a simple snatch and grab? And no, I'm not saying there's going to be a second villain, but obviously Thanos is going to have someone working with him, because it's not just going to be all the Avengers against one person. Because obviously we've seen in Infinity War, his minions are gone, Ebony Maw disappeared, Cool Obsidian, etc. So Thanos is going to have some minions working with him, but I don't think Thanos is going to have the likes of Galactus or the Living Tribunal or the Beyonder or literally anyone you can think of, because I don't think that. Yes, I do think there are greater powers, like obviously the one above all. I do think someone's watching Thanos, but I think Earth can defend himself. During a live stream earlier, everyone kept saying, what is this greater threat? Warstu, do another video on the greatest threat. Okay, I will. But literally, it's pointless to keep going over and over and over and over again. Who is in it? Is Silver Surfer going to appear? No, because obviously this Fox acquisition will not be over yet. Okay, obviously it's rumored to be clearing this later this month, but they're really going to slide in a secret cameo role for said second villain. Potentially, I mean, they still did reshoots or new scenes. Obviously Gamora, Bruce Banner, Falcon, Nebula were doing some shooting for Avengers Endgame only 2 weeks ago. So the movie's not even finished. So this screen tester stuff we're hearing about from people fainting, come on guys, seriously? Do you seriously believe these reports, these kind of Reddit posts? People are fainting whilst watching a PG-13 movie. Really? I mean, maybe they were dehydrated. But seriously, so what happens is these in-house testing, right, are Disney employees and obviously the employees' family members. They're under heavy non-disclosure agreements. So why would they risk everything just to put something out as ludicrous as people were fainting during Avengers Endgame? Is it really that bad? I mean, I think for that to happen, everyone would have to die, because we've already seen Tom Holland's Spider-Man disappear. Can it get any worse than that? Not really. But then at the same time, you've got Scarlet Witch saying at Ace Comic-Con, oh, you think Infinity War's bad? It's gonna get a lot worse. The only thing that can make it worse is if half the universe are really dead when they were finger snapped by Thanos. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. We've got a bunch of different theories coming out this week. This will be the first one. Bunch more come out late this week. Yes, I understand there's a bunch of Quantum Realm toys coming out, but at the end of the day, guys, we've known about the Quantum Realm suits for such a long time. I'm going to wait until all the said plot leak toy suits are out, because there's so many toys. Like, yes, I know Captain America's got one. I know Iron Man's got one. Everyone's going to literally have one. But it's going to be interesting to see who made it, because Hank Pym with the Pym particles, he's going to have to be involved alongside with Tony Stark. This is why the movie is going to be so long, because it's going to be that long-winded that it's going to have to be. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Like I said, make sure, if you don't believe this is how they're going to defeat Thanos, let me know. Do you think it's just a basic snatch and grab movie? Because if it is, I will really be giving it a low score, because that is awful. Really, 20 movies plus the combination of 10 years of Marvel history building up to the Avengers just snatching stones in the past without Thanos noticing. Yeah, I don't really think that's going to happen. Do you guys? Let me know all your ideas down below. That would be awesome. We are on the chase to hit 100,000 subscribers this year, which will be amazing when we do. And when we do, I may even give away a pretty awesome prize. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will catch you in that next video very soon. We probably will be live streaming most days now around 2 o'clock to 3 p.m. around that similar time. Jump in if you want. We had up to, I think, 165 people today on the live stream, which was pretty awesome. But anyway, that's a different story. Anyway, guys, I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.